Right now, we are arriving at one of the most famous cultural landmarks in all of Japan, Sensoji Temple, located in the historic district of Asakusa in Taito City, Tokyo. Ahead of us stands the iconic Kaminarimon Gate, also known as the Thunder Gate. This giant red lantern has become one of the most recognized symbols of Tokyo, welcoming millions of visitors every year. And even from a distance, you can already feel the atmosphere beginning to change. The entrance is filled with families, students, tourists, and local visitors. You can see groups of school children gathering together for photos, smiling beside teachers and parents before entering the temple grounds. In Japan, visits to important cultural and spiritual locations are often part of school activities and educational experiences. Places like Sensoji help younger generations stay connected to Japanese history, tradition, and Buddhist culture. For many children here, moments like this become lifelong memories. And honestly, there is something very peaceful about seeing that energy at the entrance tonight. Now, as the crowd slowly moves forward, we pass beneath the massive Kaminarimon Gate. Crossing through this entrance feels symbolic, almost like stepping away from modern Tokyo for a moment and entering another side of Japan. A quieter side, a more traditional side. And just ahead of us now begins Nakamise Street, one of the oldest shopping streets in the entire country. This long pathway stretches directly toward Sensoji Temple, lined on both sides with rows of small traditional shops and food stalls. And immediately, the atmosphere changes again. The sounds become softer. The pace slows down, and the smell of fresh street food begins filling the air. As we continue walking through Nakamise Street, you can see how every shop has its own personality. Some stores specialize in traditional Japanese sweets. Others sell fresh rice crackers, handmade souvenirs, folding fans, lanterns, Buddhist charms, and kimono accessories. Many of these family-owned businesses have existed here for generations. Some of them have been operating for more than 100 years. And that is what makes this street feel so authentic. Unlike the giant commercial shopping areas found in other parts of Tokyo, Nakamise Street still preserves the atmosphere of old Edo-era Japan. As you walk through the crowd, you begin noticing the incredible balance between tourism and tradition. Visitors stopping for photos, families quietly exploring the stores, people tasting traditional snacks while carefully moving through the narrow walkway. And all the while, the temple slowly grows larger in the distance, almost like it is watching over the entire street. At night, the experience becomes even more cinematic. The warm lights from the shops reflect softly along the pathway. The red gates and lanterns glow against the dark Tokyo sky. And the contrast between ancient architecture and the modern city surrounding it creates something unforgettable. One important thing visitors should understand when coming here: Sensoji is not simply a tourist attraction. It is also an active Buddhist temple deeply respected by worshippers and local residents. That is why many visitors lower their voices near the temple grounds, pause quietly before entering, and show respect while taking photos or filming. Respect and harmony are deeply connected to Japanese culture, especially in spiritual places like this. And as we continue moving closer to the temple itself, the atmosphere becomes calmer, more reflective, more spiritual. Sensoji is the oldest temple in Tokyo, originally founded more than 1,300 years ago. According to Japanese legend, two fishermen discovered a sacred statue of Kannon, the Buddhist goddess of mercy, in the nearby Sumida River. That statue eventually became enshrined here, and over the centuries, this area grew into one of the most important cultural and spiritual centers in Japan. And even today, surrounded by one of the largest and most modern cities on Earth, this place still feels timeless. That is one of the most fascinating things about Tokyo. The city constantly moves forward into the future, yet somehow, it never fully disconnects from its past. And places like Asakusa allow visitors to experience both worlds at the same time. Modern Japan and traditional Japan, existing together, side by side. Now, as we finally arrive near the main temple grounds, surrounded by history, incense, lanterns, footsteps, and quiet conversations, you begin to understand why millions of people from around the world come here every year. Not only to see Sensoji, but to feel it. Because this is more than a landmark, more than a tourist destination. This is one of the cultural hearts of Tokyo. Here at Sensoji Temple, visitors gather around the sacred incense burner, known as the Jakuro. They gently guide the smoke toward themselves, a traditional gesture connected to purification, healing, and good fortune. Some people bring the smoke toward their head, others toward their hands or body. It is a quiet moment of respect before entering deeper into the temple grounds. And with the smoke rising into the air, Sensoji feels even more spiritual, peaceful, and timeless. Just beside the main temple area, visitors arrive at another important spiritual tradition here at Sensoji. This is the purification fountain, known in Japan as the Choziya or Temaziya. At the center, you can see the statue of a dragon, a symbol deeply connected to water, protection, and spiritual purification in Japanese Buddhist tradition. Before approaching the temple to pray, many visitors stop here to cleanse themselves. Using the ladles provided, they carefully wash their hands and traditionally rinse their mouth as well. The ritual is not meant for drinking water casually. It is a symbolic act of purification, a quiet moment to clear the mind and body before entering a sacred place. And even surrounded by tourists and cameras, there is still something peaceful about this tradition. For hundreds of years, people have performed this same ritual here at Sensoji before continuing toward the temple itself. Now we are standing directly in front of Sensoji Temple, surrounded by the movement of people from all around the world. Some visitors quietly enter the temple to pray. Others pause for photos, taking in the atmosphere of one of Tokyo's most historic places. And despite the large crowds, the environment still feels calm and respectful. That balance is something very unique to Japan. As we continue walking through the temple grounds, you can hear the mix of footsteps, conversations, cameras clicking, and the soft sound of incense drifting through the air. At night, the temple becomes even more beautiful. The traditional red architecture glows under the lights, creating a powerful contrast against the modern skyline of Tokyo surrounding it. And everywhere you look, there is movement. Tourists exploring for the first time, families walking together, locals stopping briefly after work for a moment of reflection. Sensoji is not simply a historical landmark. It is still part of everyday life here in Tokyo. Now, as we continue walking toward the pagoda beside the temple, the atmosphere begins to feel even more cinematic. The 5-story pagoda rising into the night sky, standing beside the temple for centuries, almost feels timeless. And moments like this remind you that Tokyo is not only a futuristic city, it is also a city deeply connected to its traditions, spirituality, and history. Near the incense burner and purification fountain, visitors gather around another important tradition here at Sensoji Temple. This ritual is called Omikuji, a traditional Japanese fortune-telling practice found at many Buddhist temples and Shinto shrines across Japan. Visitors place a small donation, usually 100 yen, then shake a metal container until a numbered stick comes out. That number matches one of the small drawers nearby, where they receive a paper fortune. Some fortunes predict great luck, success, health, love, or prosperity. Others may warn of difficulties or challenges ahead. And if someone receives bad fortune, they often tie the paper onto special racks near the temple grounds, symbolically leaving the bad luck behind instead of carrying it with them. For many visitors, this is more than just tradition. It is a quiet moment of reflection, hope, and spiritual connection in the middle of one of the busiest cities in the world. Now, as we slowly leave the main temple grounds behind us, the atmosphere begins to change once again. Just beside the pathways near Sensoji, the cherry blossom trees are still in season. Soft pink petals move gently with the wind, creating one of the most iconic scenes in all of Japan. For a short period every spring, Tokyo transforms. People gather beneath the sakura trees to relax, take photographs, spend time with family, and appreciate the beauty of the season. In Japanese culture, cherry blossoms represent something deeply symbolic. They remind people that life is beautiful, but also temporary. The blossoms bloom brilliantly for only a short time, before falling away. And because of that, Sakura season carries a quiet emotional meaning throughout Japan. Walking beneath these trees tonight, surrounded by the lights of Tokyo and the historic temple behind us, the atmosphere feels almost cinematic, peaceful, reflective, timeless. As we continue moving away from the temple grounds, the streets begin to narrow. The large open spaces slowly disappear, replaced by smaller side streets and hidden alleyways surrounding Asakusa. This part of Tokyo feels very different from places like Shibuya or Shinjuku. The pace here is slower, more traditional, more personal. The narrow streets are lined with small restaurants, local cafes, souvenir shops, dessert stores, tiny bars, and family-owned businesses that have existed for generations. And everywhere you look, there are small details that make this area feel alive. Warm lantern lights hanging above entrances, tiny handwritten menus outside restaurants, the smell of grilled seafood and fresh noodles drifting through the air, bicycles parked quietly along the sidewalks, locals walking home after work, tourists exploring every corner with curiosity. Asakusa is one of the few places in Tokyo where old Japan still feels deeply connected to everyday life. And that is why so many visitors fall in love with this area. Even empty shopping streets still feel organized, clean, and alive in their own way. The soft lighting reflects across the floors. The distant sound of footsteps echoes through the arcade, and every closed storefront hints at the energy that fills this place during the daytime. As we continue walking through the shopping area, you can still see the incredible variety that defines Asakusa. Traditional snack shops, stores selling handmade knives and kitchen tools, Japanese sweets and rice crackers, vintage clothing stores, anime merchandise, kimono shops, local cafes, tiny ramen restaurants hidden between narrow buildings, and souvenir stores filled with everything from traditional crafts to modern pop culture. That contrast is part of what makes Tokyo so unique. Ancient traditions and modern life existing side by side, and nowhere feels more balanced between those two worlds than Asakusa. Bright signs illuminate the small storefronts, and every street seems to lead toward another hidden corner waiting to be discovered. One of the most interesting things about Tokyo is how different every neighborhood feels. Even after only a few minutes of walking, the atmosphere can completely change. Some streets feel quiet and residential. Others feel filled with nightlife and activity. And then suddenly, you find a peaceful shrine hidden between modern buildings. That balance between chaos and calm exists everywhere in the city. As we continue exploring the streets around Sensoji, you can see how food culture remains at the center of life here. Small izakayas filled with co-workers sharing drinks after long days. Street vendors preparing fresh snacks directly in front of customers. Dessert shops displaying colorful Japanese sweets in their windows. And tiny ramen restaurants with only a few seats, yet lines still forming outside. Tokyo is famous for luxury dining and Michelin-starred restaurants. But honestly, some of the best experiences happen in these smaller places. Quiet restaurants hidden inside side streets. Places without flashy signs. Places where locals still gather every night. Another thing visitors quickly notice here is the incredible attention to cleanliness and respect. Even in crowded areas, people move carefully around one another. Trash is rarely left behind. Voices stay relatively calm. And despite the millions of people living in Tokyo, the city somehow maintains an incredible sense of order. That atmosphere creates a very different experience for travelers, especially at night. And speaking of the night, Asakusa after dark feels completely different from daytime Tokyo. The crowds become softer. The lights feel warmer. The streets become more reflective. And the entire area starts feeling almost dreamlike. The glow of lanterns, the distant sound of trains, the quiet conversations outside restaurants, the occasional laughter drifting through narrow alleyways. All of it blends together into something deeply atmospheric. And this is the side of Tokyo many tourists remember most. Not necessarily the giant screens or skyscrapers, but these moments. Walking slowly through historic streets at night, discovering hidden places unexpectedly, feeling surrounded by both history and modern life at the same time. That is what makes areas like Asakusa unforgettable. because this part of Tokyo does not feel artificial. It feels lived in, real, human. And as we continue walking through these streets tonight, farther away from the temple lights, deeper into the rhythm of the city, you begin to understand something important about Tokyo. The city is not only defined by its landmarks, it is defined by its atmosphere, its people, its small moments, its hidden streets. And sometimes, the best way to experience Tokyo is simply to walk without a destination, to let the city slowly reveal itself around you. Because here in Asakusa, every corner feels like part of a story still being written. Thank you so much for staying with me until the end of this journey through the incredible Sensoji. I truly hope this video helped you feel a little of the history, beauty, and peaceful atmosphere that make this place so special. Walking through these ancient streets, seeing the temple, the lights, the culture, and the energy of Tokyo, it's something I'll never forget. And the fact that you were here sharing this experience with me means a lot. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and come along for more adventures around Japan and the world. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in the next journey.